It's week 33 of a year of wisdom. Let's get to reading. Day 227. Job 16, 17, and 18. Then Job answered and said, I have heard many things like these. All of you are miserable comforters. Is there a limit to windy words? What provokes you that you answer? I myself also could talk as you, if you were in my place. I could join against you with words, and I could shake at you with my head. I could encourage you with my mouth, and the solace of my lips would ease the pain. If I speak, my pain is not relieved, and if I cease, how much will leave me? Surely now he has worn me out. You have devastated all my company. Thus you shriveled me up. It became a witness. And my leanness has risen up against me. It testifies to my face. His wrath has torn, and he has been hostile toward me. He gnashed at me with his teeth. My foe sharpens his eyes against me. They gaped at me with their mouth. They struck my cheeks with disgrace. They have massed themselves together against me. God delivers me to an evil one, and he casts me into the hands of the wicked. I was at ease, then he broke me in two, and he seized me by the neck. Then he shattered me and set me up as a target for him. His archers surround me. He slashes open my kidneys, and he does not have compassion. He pours out my gall on the ground. He breached me, breach upon breach. He rushes at me like a warrior. I've sewed sackcloth on my skin, and I've inserted my pride in the dust. My face is red because of weeping, and deep shadows are on my eyelids. Although violence is not on my hands, and my prayer is pure. O earth, you should not cover my blood, and let there be no place for my cry for help. So now look, my witness is in the heavens, and he who vouches for me is in the heights. My friends scorn me. My eye pours out tears to God, and it argues for a mortal with God, and as a human for its friend. Indeed, after a few years have come, then I will go away from which I will not return. My spirit is pulled down, my days are extinguished, the graveyard is for me. Surely mockery is with me, and my eye rests on their provocation. Please lay down a pledge for me with yourself. Who is he who will give security for my hand? Indeed, you have closed their mind from understanding, therefore you will not let them triumph. He denounces friends for reward, so his children's eyes will fail. And he has made me a proverb for the peoples, and I am one before whom people spit. And my eye has grown dim from grief, and the limbs of my body are all like a shadow. The upright are appalled at this, and the innocent excites himself over the godless. But the righteous holds on to his way, and he who has clean hands increases in strength. But all of you must return, please come. But I shall not find a wise person among you. My days are past, my plans are broken down, even the desires of my heart. They make day into night, saying, light is near to darkness. If I hope for Sheol as my house, if I spread my couch in the darkness, if I call to the pit, you are my father, to the maggot, you are my mother or my sister. Where then is my hope, and who will see my hope? Will they go down to the bars of Sheol, or shall we descend together into the dust? Then Bildad the Shuhite answered and said, How long will you hunt for words? Consider, and afterward we shall speak. Why are we considered as animals? Why are we taken as stupid in your eyes? You who are tearing yourself in your anger, will the earth be forsaken because of you? Or will the rock be removed from its place? Furthermore, the light of the wicked is put out, and the flame of his fire will not shine. The light becomes dark in his tent, and his lamp above him is put out. His strong steps are shortened, and his own schemes throw him down. For he's thrust into a net by his feet, and he walks into a pitfall. A trap seizes him by the heel, a snare takes hold of him. His rope is hidden in the ground, and his trap on the path. Sudden terrors terrify him all around, and they chase him at his heels. His wealth will become hunger, and disaster is ready for his stumbling. It consumes parts of his skin. The firstborn of death consumes his limbs. He's torn from his tent in which he trusted, and it brought him to the king of terrors. Nothing remains for him in his tent. Sulfur is scattered upon his dwelling place. His roots dry up below, and its branches wither away above. His remembrance perishes from the earth, and there is not a name for him on the street. They thrust him from light into darkness, and they drive him out from the world. There is no offspring for him, nor a descendant among his people, and there is not a survivor in his abode. Those of the west are appalled over his fate, and those of the east are seized with horror. Surely these are the dwellings of the godless, and this is the dwelling place of him who knows not God. Proverbs 15. A soft answer will turn away wrath, but a word of trouble will stir anger. The tongue of the wise will dispense knowledge, but the mouth of fools will pour out folly. In every place the eyes of Yahweh keep watch over the evil and the good. Gentleness of tongue is a tree of life, but perverseness in it causes a break in spirit. A fool will despise the instruction of his father, but he who guards reproof is prudent. In the house of the righteous there is much treasure, but the income of the wicked brings trouble. The lips of the wise will spread knowledge, but the heart of fools not so. The sacrifice of the wicked is an abomination of Yahweh, but the prayer of the upright is his delight. An abomination of Yahweh is the way of the wicked, but he who pursues righteousness he will love. Severe discipline belongs to him who forsakes the way. He who hates a rebuke will die. Sheol and Abaddon are before Yahweh, how much more the hearts of children of men. A scoffer does not like his rebuke. To the wise he will not go. A heart of gladness will make good countenance, but in sorrow of heart a spirit is broken. The heart of him who understands will seek knowledge, but the faces of fools they will feed on folly. All the days of the poor are hard, but goodness of heart is a continual feast. Better is a little with the fear of Yahweh than great treasure and trouble with it. Better is a dinner of vegetables when love is there than a fattened ox and hatred with it. A man who is hot-tempered will stir up strife, but he who is slow to anger, he will claim contention. The way of the lazy is like a hedge of thorns, but the path of the upright is a highway. A child of wisdom will make a father glad, but a foolish person he despises his mother. Folly is a joy to him who lacks sense, and a person of understanding will walk upright. Plans go wrong when there is no counsel, but with many advisers it will succeed. Joy belongs to a man with answers in his mouth, and a word in its time, how good it is. The path of life leads upward for him who has insight, in order to turn away from Sheol below. The house of the proud, Yahweh will tear it down, but he will maintain the property line of the widow. Plans of evil are an abomination of Yahweh, but gracious words are pure. He who makes trouble for his house is he who is greedy for unjust gain, but he who hates bribes will live. A heart of righteousness will ponder the answer, but a mouth of wickedness will pour out deceit. Yahweh is far from the wicked, but the prayers of the righteous he will hear. From the light of the eyes the heart will rejoice, and good news will enliven the bones. The ear of him who listens to admonitions of life, in the midst of the wise it will lodge. He who ignores instruction despises himself, but he who hears admonition gains heart. Fear of Yahweh is the instruction of the wise, and before honor comes humility. And as always, thank you so much for being here today. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button right there and click the bell if you want notifications. And if you wouldn't mind, hit that like button for me. And I will see you tomorrow. Maranatha.
I'm standing at the crossroads. I'm lost without a clue. I need a big pink neon sign to show me what to do. I thank you, Lord. It glorifies you when you're the only answer. I praise you, Lord, for holding what's too much for me. And I'm amazed by you, Lord, because nothing's too big and nothing's too small to lay at your feet.